Annyeonghaseyo friends, and welcome back to the Torsie channel for more IU, and a very happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for hanging out for a couple of weeks while I had to take care of some other things. I am back and I can't wait to keep going with the love poem album. However, we have a slight detour today because the next song in the love poem album is Above the Time, and I was informed, thank you so much, that Above the Time relates to You and I, which we have never watched together. So we're going to go via You and I in order to get to Above the Time, lest I miss some references, which we all know with IU are probably there. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. We're going back. We haven't done any of IU's earlier albums. One day we will get there, but we're going to sneak a peek and then return to Love Poem and then carry on from there. Complicated. But you know, you get it. You get it, I get it. Let's get into You and I. Of course, a huge thank you to all of my wonderful Patreons for supporting the channel. Without you, I would not be able to keep making these videos. Thank you so, so much. Thank you as well for guiding me, as always, on the right path and making sure that I did this first. You are my brain's trust, geniuses. Let's go. Gotcha. Cozy. I don't know why, but that's, wow, adorable. Yes, thank you. Oh, she's so cute. Look at her. The train. So many episodes of Doctor Who are going through my head right now. This outfit, so cute. Whoa. She looks so different like that. Oh, cute. Whoa. So overwhelmed. That is everything. Yeah, get in your TARDIS, let's go. Thanks for the short film, IU. Love that. I mean, why give us a song when you can give us a story, right? So cute. Oh my god. Jeez, and the goose. Oh, I love it. Oh my god, what are you doing? How is he not twitching? Oh, I'd be laughing so hard. This is so beautifully done. This has such nice texture to it, like you know how everything's going to feel if you were to reach out and touch it. Wow. I love that. I mean, I love just getting to see little IU like that because we've not watched anything of hers from prior to chat share together. So that's just wonderful. Oh, I mean, I'm not kidding when I say Doctor Who. Everything about it is like a non-Doctor Who version of something. So many episodes. I'm a big Whovian. I absolutely love Who. I mean, aside from Who, the Goose in there, and this is from the Last Fantasy album, it gives Mother Goose and telling a fairy tale type thing with that imagery. But the Who stuff, for anyone who doesn't watch Doctor Who, the Doctor's time machine, and it's not just a time machine, it's a space machine as well. TARDIS, it's called the TARDIS, and it stands for Time and Relative Dimension in Space. And she has the time on one hand and dimension on another hand, and one of her instruments that she has. The shape of the Doctor's time and space machine and dimension machine is a 1960s British police box. I'm sure you've seen that before. It's the exact same shape as the time machine that she gets into there. The trick of the TARDIS is that it's bigger on the inside. She doesn't have that, but to be fair, that would require a fair amount of CG, or just a whole other set. But it's the exact same shape as the box that she got into in order to go through time. And sort of this idea that Doctor Who has a rule in it that there are certain points in time that are fixed and you can't mess with them. They are what they are and you have to leave them that way. And kind of the story that's being told through the lyrics and also just visually there is this idea that there's a particular time and place in which they are meant to meet. There's this fixed moment in time. If one or the other of them or both of them can just wait, they're going to finally meet at that point, which is one of the rules that's in Doctor Who. And and just with the clockwork thing, one of the scarier and more disturbing but also best episodes of Doctor Who involves clockwork people. All that kind of clockwork motion choreography that was in there, and then that sort of choreography that's very reminiscent of that. So somebody, I feel, was a Whovian involved in the making of that music video. Someone's like, I know time travel. There's a running thing as well in Doctor Who that because the Doctor jumps around in space and time, he can meet the same people along different points in their timeline. And there is one character called River Song who keeps a diary with her, and she writes down all of her interactions with the Doctor, and every time she meets him again, she says, "Where are you on your timeline?" And she goes flipping through her diary to find out where they are, to be able to figure out whether she's talking to an older or a younger version of the Doctor, and where he might know her from. It's all very complicated. Lots of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. But that blackboard, and she's keeping track of it, and she knows the time and everything, that's all very River Song, trying to keep track of where in the timeline they are and where she needs to be in order to meet him at the exact right moment. That just lit my little sci-fi fantasy brain on fire. I love that so much. And I can guess already how and why that relates to Above the Time, but also just all by itself. That was just lovely. That was delightful. She looked gorgeous. That's so different to the IU we've been exploring over the last year or something, however long we've been doing this. You know, it's so much cuter in so many ways, and really playing into the fantasy idea. She's very doll-like among all of those knick-knacky doll-like things. It sort of fits into the idea of being beyond the realm of reality, that we're somewhere in fantasy land, and she very much looks like that. And so is all the choreography, that cute little thing that she does. All that choreography is very, very cute, very doll-like, very, very fantasy-esque. Just lovely. Oh, I really look forward to seeing how this is going to relate to Above the Time. We will watch the Above the Time music video next week. Over on Patreon, we're going to watch two things. We're going to watch You&I performed live on Sketchbook, and we're going to watch Above the Time performed live on Sketchbook. And then we will have more of that next week with Above the Time, which is also just such a lovely song. And there's a song that kind of puts me into a trance. So I'm very much looking forward to getting into it. Thank you again for letting me know that this goes beforehand. I don't want to say too much about You&I because we will come back to it at some point and we can really get into it then. But I'm tickled at the idea of how this is going to relate to Above the Time. So thank you so much for that. And also just, I'm, gonna go watch some Doctor Who now. If you are also a Doctor Who fan, let me know who your favourite Doctor is. If you're not a Doctor Who fan, get into it. You'll love it. It's smart. You&I's are smart. Doctor Who is smart. It's the marriage of minds. You'll enjoy it, I promise. Thank you again so much for joining me. 감사합니다. 사랑해요. And I will see you soon for more. 안녕.